Okay, we are here at the Coken Woodford Glen Speedway for the 2021 Modified Championship. I'm your host, Aaron.
And I'm Vince, and it's a beautiful sunny day here. We have 30 of the best modified drivers here that are ready to race for the New Zealand title. And it's going to be absolutely epic. What do you reckon, Aaron?
Yeah, mate, we have been waiting for this. Obviously, the event was moved from in February down here to March. Everyone has still made it. 30 cars to go out on the track and entertain you guys over the next couple of nights. It's going to be amazing. How are you doing, Vince?
Here for the finals of the Garage 16 New Zealand Modified Champs, Aaron.
So we're here in the pit chute, and they're just about to go out. The track's holding up really, really well, even given all the heat tonight. So we've got Andrew Naven there, he's ready to go out. Jacko, ex-champ, he's there as well. So they're about to pull out, go out, and I think it's the second to last heat for this qualifying for tonight. So make sure you catch up with all of the leaderboards and everything that the Pits TV are putting up at the end of the race, and then you'll know where all your favourite drivers stand. So from here though, it's back to the commentary team.
Yeah, so second to last heat for the night, the Anderton Decorators group versus the Edge Parts group.
This is heat 8 out of 9 tonight. And it's just looking at Jacob Mitchell there, Tony, he should get sponsored by Gillette, because when he starts shaving he might need it.
He is so young, isn't he? I mean, he is 18, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, he's 18, and he's piloting that modified like a really old bugger. You know,
experienced campaigner.
An experienced campaigner. Was that the phrase I should have used? Yeah, but I mean, really, seriously,
And here's our grids for the Anderton Decorators versus the Edge Parts Performance. Pole position will be given to the 71S of John Jackson, the outside of him the 69C of Andrew Naven. Then we move back to Hagen, the 57C. I'm just going to double check if he's actually on the track. Doesn't look it at the moment.
Don't think
the outside of him will be in the second row Newton Gorge in the 21S. Third row will be Ian White in the 32 GM. To the outside of him, Jason Scott. Jason finally getting to move up through the grids tonight. Luke Brown in the 3NZ and Gary Lennon in the 9C. The final row of the grid will be Estel in the 10C with the outside of him, Blair McPhee. And I think we've got one or two missing.
We've got quite a few missing out of that lot, haven't we? We should have 10 cars
well, the gate's
on the
closed.
track, and we've got...
well, Haig's not there at all. So that's...
9. So we are just missing the one, is it? Alan Haig.
Ready to go racing. We're all moving. We're all gridded. Estel's just pulling in. The pace is set by the 69 car. We are coming through Enviro Waste. The green is waved. We are gone. And Ian White tried to cut the inside of the 21. Jacko's in the lead. Here comes Gorge, and he just moves over on the 69 car as Andrew Naven looked to duck to the inside. Out in front it is Jackson, back to Gorge. Gary Lennon looking to make moves on the outside of Ian White. And something's gone wrong. Astle tried to get in there. Luke Brown capitalised on all of that. And as we head down the back straight, we are quite unsettled through that mid-pack. Out in front, the two Gorge cars are off to it. Jason Scott Sparks are flailing out of the back of that off the brakes. And he's racing with his branch manager. And then we go back to Brown. Now Brown's in that interesting predicament. He can take easy spots, but it's not worth risking points at this point. McPhee has come through. He's got through Lennon in the 9 car. Every time he hits turn 1, the car's unsettling. It's almost like it's too tight. It just jumps out of line. He's coming back at White. Astle at the back end of the track, not having a great run. Almost coming together there between the two Edge cars as they came off for Luke Bro, the 88 car bouncing out of shape, just so much grip, it just hooked in with the right hand side. Luke Brown looked to go up the inside of him, and he's closed the door on him. And Gary Lennon struggling with that car. It's like he's fighting to turn it.
He's fighting it without a doubt, yeah.
It's just like it's almost like it's too tight. It just doesn't want to turn in. Out front though, it is John Jackson, and he's using all the track. So is Newton Gorge in the 21, out to the wall. Absolutely just wringing the necks on the big V8s. Jason Scott sitting back there. Luke Brown can sense an opportunity, and McPhee is within striking distance on Brown. Now these two guys in the 3 and 2 and 3NZ and 2NZ can't risk playing silly games with cars that haven't got points. So it might be easier just to lose a point and let it drop, sit back. But McPhee, he's going to have a crack here.
He wants it, doesn't he? He wants that place.
But I guess the other thing is he can trust Brown. Brown's not going to do anything stupid, and Brown's going to conserve the car. The guys in front, they're a little bit erratic for Brown. You can see Brown just sitting back, doesn't want to get caught in any of this. Jacko's gone. He is, well, he's got most of the front straight over Newt, and Newt's probably got about the best part of 30 metres over the 69 car. But bearing in mind that the 69 and 88 are so far down in points, it doesn't affect Luke Brown or Blair McPhee.
True.
As Jacko's out there, and also bear in mind that the other two cars at the front have been relegated throughout the night. So these guys just need to keep it clean and bring it home in one piece.
Here comes McPhee.
And McPhee sticks the nose up on the 3NZ. Backs out of it. White flag is out for Jacko. The two edge cars are racing wheel to wheel, and they are getting very close. But McPhee is all over the back of Luke Brown. Jacko's past the Value Cars Warehouse grandstand. He will come through Enviro Waste. He will take the race win. John Jackson takes away heat 8. Looks like Newton Gorge will come through for second. And the 88T car of Jason Scott. Out of all of that, the battle between Brown and McPhee went the way of Brown.
It did, didn't it? And yeah, interesting that they couldn't really make much impression on the two cars in front of them, Nathan and Scott. You might be right. It was a choice, maybe, not to get involved.
Well, you can see the
maybe
88 and 69 were a little erratic.
Yep. Discretion is the better part of valour, as they say, and maybe there was a decision made by both drivers there that they'd rather just sit back and bank those points than risk everything to get one or two more.
So looking at that, Mitchell, Gorge, Brown are all top in the points table. In the fourth place car is Jamie Fox, and he was in that year. So we're starting to see out of those first two heats a bit of a clear run. And we'll get to see, well, just looking at the cars that are in, I don't actually think any of the cars in Heat 9 are going to change those top points.
No, they might not, but they might come through and you bank 12 points from further down and you could be in that mix. So yeah. I guess we'll see. But remember, the points don't really wash out evenly until we've completed all 5 heats for each driver.
Here in 70 himself, John Jackson. And Jack has done a fair few laps over the years.
Former New Zealand title holder.
I think all the Gorge Green cars have been winning.
I think they have been. I think you're right.
Okay, we're with the 71S. Jacko, you're here from Stratford, mate. You've had a fairly consistent night, and in that last race you took a win.
Yeah, I had to really. Malcolm Nartai said to me at the start of the night, if you don't win the third one, just pack it up and go home.
Oh, well, lucky you did what you're told then. You're to get the message from a great. So, hey, look, we were having a bit of a look at our crashes and close calls videos this morning, and the last image was of this 71S banging into the Dean Owens car and the rear tyre exploding everywhere. So it has been a much better start to the championship for you, Jacko. So I hope that all continues for you, mate.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, we'll just keep it clean and just finish the races, mate, and see what happens.
Awesome, mate. All the best to the rest of the champs. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Oh, well, I'm just lining up to get my government subsidised hot dogs. Very excited.
What do you think about the government's plans to take money from the lunches and schools program and subsidise the hot dogs at Speedway?
Apparently they're completely free, thanks to the government subsidy. It's going good. Oh, we're close to the line. Look at all these free hot dogs. Oh. Hi, am I able to order 6 hot dogs?
6 hot dogs?
Yeah. Oh, it's my first free hot dog. Oh, 2 free hot dogs. Oh, 3 hot dogs. 3 hot dogs. 4 hot dogs?
One more.
5 hot dogs? 6 hot dogs?
Yep. Chicken nuggets.
Oh, excuse me. They were free! The government! They were free! They were free! They were free! I swear it! I swear they were free! They were free!
Okay, we're here with the 11A crew chief, I believe, Jamo. So, one of the men behind one of the most successful teams in modified history, with Jamie Fox. Jamie Fox having 4 titles, I believe. So, how do you guys make so much magic over the years?
Just sticking with it more than anything, I think. It's perseverance. Perseverance is always the best result. So, we've done well over the years, like you say, but it's never been easy. You just got to face every meeting as a different meeting and just go through the routine and back yourself that what you're doing is the right thing.
Absolutely. So you guys are based in Auckland. She's a bit of a hike all the way down here to Christchurch, so it's great to have this sort of support and have some legends of the sport. When I say legends of the sport, it's not just the drivers that make this happen. So tell us a little bit about your crew other than yourself and Jamie. Who else helps make this team tick?
We've been together since Foxy started, really. We knew each other at school, so we were school friends. Our sponsors on the car, a lot of them come through from those days as well. We've got guys that have been with us since day one, like, Chris, or Berg as we call him. He's been with us forever. Jeremy, the same. And now we've got the young guys coming through who are all the sons of the fathers. So, they do all the hard lifting, and now we just sit back and watch. So it's really enjoyable now.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys managed to get down here, I think it was for the South Island Champs, I think. Have a bit of a check out of the track and get absolutely everything as ready as you can when you're not at your local track. So you're good to go?
Yeah, we've changed everything on the car since then. But look, every meeting's different. We've got a rough idea what we're in for, but we've always struggled a little bit down here. We've won one of his titles down here, but it was a different sort of meeting, and we've always struggled against the locals. They can get around that turn 3 and 4 a lot better than us, and we've always sort of fought the car. It's not a momentum track as such that we like running on, or Foxy likes running on, but you got to be in the hunt, and that's all you need to be tonight. If you can make that 30 lapper and you're near the front, I think you got a shot at it. The trick's going to be making the 30 lapper in a good starting position, I think.
Yeah, that's the one. Obviously, there's a lot of racing to go. We've got 6 groups, 5 cars in each group. So we've got a big first night here, big Friday night, and then moving on to Saturday night tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. We wish you guys all the best, and thanks very much for your time, Gemma.
Not a problem, mate. Good to go. Cheers.
Final race of the night of the championship. We've got 5 GM Brandon Parkinson. He's actually in the lead for his group, and out there we also have 67S Bunter Pierce, 2-time national champion. He is leading on points in his group, so those 2 drivers are going to be wanting to get through this race nice and cleanly. We've got plenty of other excellent talent out there, and a lot of drivers making such effort to get those points for tonight. So let's go back to the track and see what happens for this very final race of the night for the Garage 16 New Zealand Modified Championship.
For tonight, but not the last heat overall, because we've got another 2 rounds of heats tomorrow, another 6 heats overall.
Yeah, so if we do the 15 heats, but we are at heat number 9, and then tomorrow night we head through to complete it, and then big shuffle. As we look at our grids, this is the Recreation Hotel group versus the Value Cars group. Front row is Steve Thompson in the 54 GM, just checking if he's still there. Atama Holland in the 48 GM beside him. Kalen in the 12S, beside him will be Bunter Pierce in the 2067, I guess. Then we go back to Sinclair on the inside on 5, to the outside of him Kevin Bann, the 49C. Then Brandon Parkinson with the outside Massey in the 11C car. And the final row of the grid, it is Bailey Patterson in the 5C with the 99 of Ralph Godwin. And I think that's actually the second time he's been on the very last grid tonight.
Yeah.
As
indeed. So let's see as they get wound up here. Thompson should have enough in the 54 car, I think, to pull away, but let's see how it unfolds. Oh, goodness me, 4 wide off the front. That is not recommended in the Speedway New Zealand manual, but it's Bunter Pearce that gets ahead. Atama Holland's car bounces around alarmingly. Stephen Thompson's going backwards big time there, and we've gone yellow.
Yeah, he picked the yellow, I think. Something's up with Thompson's car. It didn't take off the way you would have thought, and he's rolling to the infield, so I'm picking he's
out.
He's out. But yes, to be fair, the second row of the grid, that's where your problem lay. The front two, they were side by side. Now, when you're in grid, you need to be an Indian file behind the car you're meant to be. Now, they were in the right grids, but they were car width one way, and they just peeled either side of it. As we watched the replay, courtesy of the Pits TV, and Bunter Pearce got a blinder here. He just threaded the needle and just dove to him. Kalen actually being a little bit out of whack. There you go, see it clearly as they went over the line. They were well out of shape. Unfortunately for Thompson, something is wrong with the 54, so I'm thinking he's going to be heavily reliant on a repecharge tomorrow night, Tony.
Very much so. So he's out, which means Atama Holland's on his own off that front row. Jason Kalen in the 12S car and the 67S of Richard Bunter Pearce tucked in the second row. The 82 car all on its own as well. And we go back to the 11, the 5, the other 5 and the 99. So let's see if Atama Holland can lead this field into turn 1, or whether Jason Kalen will get a slingshot up that inside line and take over the lead of the race. We're about to go green. They increase the revs. We're racing and away. Holland gets a good advantage, and so does Richard Bunter Pearce in that 67 machine. Takes over second place, looking particularly racy. Sinclair coming through in the 82 car as well. He's got the 5 of Parkinson glued to his rear, and Ralph Godwin getting on with it from the back of the pack as well. So everyone completes a lap, and Atama Holland leads us. Oh, we've got one round. Sinclair, is it?
He's over, and not round, he's
over, and
well, he rolled back onto his wheels. He's just backed it in and clipped the wall. By the looks, he's done a lot of damage. Not to mention the wing and the front suspension. They just have a chat to Steve.
So there's me saying everyone completed a lap. So front first, you reckon?
Everyone in front first. So we'll no doubt we'll see a replay of that.
Here
we go. He just bicycled it. Yeah, he's just gone in. It's got too much wedge in it, and he's gone in.
Ooh, airborne front first.
Yeah, and he's tried to shorten the front end of that car up. Hopefully, from his point of view, it hasn't done any chassis damage.
Don't know.
Yeah, there was a fair bit of
airborne, pretty much square front on into the wall. That's going to be need a bit of straightening, I would say.
As we watch it on the replay, it's kind of cute. It's like it's rolling up, cuddling up to bed. No,
he just dug in there, didn't he?
Nah, it's just too much side bite, and it literally just gripped. And yeah, there's that moment where you're facing the concrete where it doesn't matter where you hit the brakes, you're in the air. Why am I not slowing down? It's because I haven't got any wheels on the ground. And that front corner might need a porta power in the morning. See, this is the bit where you want to finish this last heat and put it back in the box and go home and just clean it tomorrow. But
yeah, if all you've got to do is clean it and put some more fuel in it, you've had a good night. Unfortunately for Stephen Sinclair, that's not going to be the case. They're going to be working long into the night. So Atama Holland leading, Bunter Pearce, Jason Kalen, Brandon Parkinson, Ralph Godwin, Cassandra Massey and Bailey Patterson. We're green, we're racing, we're away, and Brandon heads out towards the wall, somewhat alarmingly there off the start. He gathers the car up and he's still in 4th place. Atama Holland's got a little bit of a lead over Bunter Pearce, but Pearce looking quite strong. Heading Kalen, Parkinson, Godwin, Massey, and dropping off the back of the field is Bailey Patterson in a car that looks like it's down on power. It's definitely an issue with that 5C car. I doubt he'll be taking too much further part in this race. So Atama Holland in the 48. He's got a healthy enough lead over Pearce in the 67. Jason Kalen in the 12. Brandon Parkinson in the 5. Just a couple of car lengths back, and then a couple back to Godwin in the 99. I'll tell you who's picked up well, I shouldn't jinx it, but I'll tell you, Jared, who's picked up good points, or well, not good points, but points in every race tonight? Cassandra Massey.
Yeah, just sitting back there and just not being involved in other people's chaos.
Yeah.
That is part of the trick to this format.
It is.
not being part of the nonsense.
She's not the quickest car out there by any means, but she's if she finishes this race, she'll have picked up points in every heat. And by dint of the fact that other cars have fallen off the racetrack in front of her, making up places as well. So Bailey Patterson definitely got power issues in that 5 machine. So Tama Holland there, he's definitely not got power issues. There's plenty of go in that one. He's hauling the 67 of Bunter Pierce. Good battle for third there. Brandon Parkinson coming through on the 12 of Jason Kalin. Parkinson should make that pass stick. And a little bit of smoke off the back of the 99 car as well. Not quite sure where that's going to end. So Bailey Patterson pulls off finally, admits defeat in that 5C car. Another lap for Atama Holland. And I really don't think Bunter Pierce is closing on Holland. Parkinson's got ahead of Kalin, but can't make much progress on Pierce. And the 99 machine of Godwin just hasn't got what it takes to close down Kalin in front of him. Massey gets a little sideways out of turn 4 there, but keeps it all going. And really, I think this race is just going to work its way to an inevitable conclusion. I'd be very surprised if there's any major changes in place here between now and the end of the race.
I wouldn't rule out Bunter at this point.
He's the track coming to him a little bit, and he's closer to Holland now than he's been all race.
Carries that momentum through 3 and 4.
Does, doesn't he? Holland moves out a little wide. Pierce has to back out of it. Oh, Holland drifts very wide through 2 there, and Pierce could have taken advantage but backed out of it. He's got a lot of speed going into 3 there, but he got up into the loose rough stuff, and it cost him just 1 lap to go now. We're in the white zone. Atama Holland, can he bring home for what will be a very good victory? If he does, he'll be thrilled after the previous heat where he had all those issues. It looks like he's going to do it. Atama Holland, 48 GM, wins the heat from 67 Bunter Pierce and the 5 of Brandon Parkinson.
And I sense that Bunter sacrificed that race win just to bring the car home in one piece. Because now we're getting to that delicate point where some of these guys don't want to wreck gear, they just need points. And that, Tony, was the final heat this evening of our New Zealand Modified Champs, brought to us courtesy of Garage 16. And
hopefully we'll just get some points up on the screen. There we go. And so after the 3 rounds.
Yeah, Mitchell tops us out with Gorge, Brown and Pierce. Then we go back to Fox, McPhee and Jackson. Not a lot of points between those guys. Chuck and Brad Lane on 23 and Mike Gurley on 22. Really not a lot of points in that top group. Parkinson only 1 point back. As we move through Holland, he really picked up a lot of points. He needed that. And he's put him up there with Astor and Corbett, White, Lennon and Massey. That's what you're talking about, Massey there, just accumulating points. That's kept it in contention. Still 2 more heats to go. If she carries on like that, she'll disqualify by default.
She will. She won't have to go there.
We go through the rest of the points there. There will be some positional changes tomorrow. We're going to get to see how many cars come back. Obviously got 1 or 2 broken and 1 that's not coming back at all.
Alright, I am here with the winner of the last heat, Atama Holland. It was absolutely epic, mate. How are you feeling out there tonight?
Come together for the last race, definitely. We've had a few upsets through the season. We're hoping to get back on track now.
That's right, I remember in the, it was either the Canterbury or the South Island Champs, you had a bit of an accident there and you weren't sure if you're going to get the car up and running and ready for the New Zealand Champs. So definitely awesome job that you did to get it back on the track.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, we thought that was it for our season pretty much. We're here. made it. That's a good thing, eh?
Yes, right. You're looking good on points, so bring on tomorrow night. And thanks very much for having a chat to us. And we'll let you get back to that drivers' meeting, so you have to go. But thanks very much to Tama Holland for winning the last heat.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Cheers. All right, and we're going to cross over to Aaron now. Let's check out some points.
Okay, so we're just over here at the results board. So at the moment, they haven't quite got all of the points up, but we know that Jacob Mitchell, Newton Gorge, and Luke Brown are leading the table at the moment. Just all provisional though. So once everyone gets absolutely everything added up and all sorted out, obviously the results will be posted. But an absolutely awesome night of action for these qualifiers. It's been absolutely brilliant to be here at Coke and Woodford Glen.